Yeah, first of all, thanks for the perfect organization and the invitation to the event. I joined the company 1.5 years ago, and it was during the COVID pandemic. And so this is my first time that I left the office and be on an event, on a live event. So yeah, I would like just to present you Smart Space Tools Pro for Confluence. So first of all, I would like to tell you who am I. So I introduce myself. After that, 2 or 3 sentences just to our company. Then I would show you what our app can do for you. And in the end, if there are any questions, it would be a pleasure for me to give you, hopefully, the correct answers. Yeah, who am I? I'm Dave Wuensch, the partner manager at Decadis. If you want to stand in contact with me, you can just reach me out over LinkedIn, send me an email. I just hand over some business cards, so if you want to get in contact with me, you can get my business cards here in the front. Just 2 words about our company. We are an Atlassian Gold Solution Partner and an Atlassian Gold Marketplace Partner. Perhaps some of you get in touch with us, with our famous JWT app. We are a full-stack service provider, and our services are that we are doing consulting, we have trainings, we do licensing, and yeah, that's what we do all here. We do app development, and we've got an international team, so we are located in Germany, and we got a development team in Spain. So, but now let's start and let's talk about our app. And first I would like to beginning, everybody of you, I hope everybody of you knows the perfect tool Confluence. So this is a space where you can create an organization to discuss your work with your team. So create, collaborate, organize your work in just one place, and there you have spaces and you have pages. So the spaces is for your team structure that you can organize and you can share the work so that every team member has the visibility to institutional knowledge and access to the information they need to do their best work. So, and on your pages, you can create and collaborate your projects or your ideas. And to make this a little bit easier for everybody who use Confluence, we just had the idea to develop the app, Space Tools Pro for Confluence. This is a Forge app, and I would like to show you what you can do with this app. Just a quick introduction. First of all, we created the Space Navigator. What does that mean? The Space Navigator, we just call it that this is the heart of our app. In that place, you can do all your operations. So that means you can manage your spaces, and of course, you can manage your pages. And how does that work? That I will show you in the following slides. Here you can see this is the Space Tools Pro Space Navigator. Here on the top, you can see you can select the spaces. Here's a button where you can create new spaces, and in the drop-down menu you have an overview about all the selected spaces and the pages. So, and how does that work, that it gets easier and smarter for you? I will just show you how you can create a new space just on the fly. As I just mentioned, we just have that button. You can create a new space. You just put in a new name, and you got a space key. And you can also read a description. You just click on create, and it just takes you a couple of seconds. And if you see, you just have create a new space in Confluence. This week, there will be a release. You just see that you have to type in the space or the key space by yourself. When the new release, just the first letters of every word will be the key. So this is the release is coming out. Here I would just like to show you if there are interested spaces and you say, I would like to have the same space, you just can't copy a space. So you go there, select the space you would like to copy, click the copy button, just bring in a new name, a new key, and you just say copy that space, and it just takes 5 seconds, reload it, and after that you see the space which you just selected is copied with all the pages. That's an advantage, for example, for project managers. If you just have a template for your projects and you say every project team should use the same project template, you just have to create it once and you just can copy it multiple times and you always have the same structure. So that's what I also mean. You can also create multiple pages and then you can build a page tree. So you just click the right button and say, I would like to have a new page. You just click in the new name from the page. And after clicking out, the new page is created. And that's the same with the release. Here you see you have to click all the time, create a new page. With the new release, you will get another plus button, and you just can hit the plus button, and then you just created pages, 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 pages. So it makes you just easy going. So, and if you just say, okay, I would like to have multiple pages, which I need or want to copy, you just select these pages, mark them, right mouse click, and then you say, I would like to make a bulk copy. You just say your space where you would like to have your copies. You bring in, for example, a prefix, stuff like that, and you copy the pages. And as you see, when you just click it down, you have these pages copied. If there is a mistake, for example, in any pages, or you just said, okay, I just want to rename the pages because perhaps it was the wrong story point or whatever, you just made a right click, you just rename that space, that page, sorry, and then you just bring in the new name, click out, and then it's done. What you also can do, you can move pages. So this is my favorite because it happens to me. I just created new pages, and then after I did it, I just realized it was the wrong space. So, and to keep that really easy, you just can mark it. That's the one way you can do it. You just say move. Then you say, okay, where should it go? And then you get these selections. You just say, okay, that should be the right place. You say move, and then it's gone. But there is a nice and easier way to do it, and that's what I prefer much. You can do it as well like drag and drop. You can drag and drop every single stuff in that space navigator. So you just mark it. It was from the wrong space. You just bring it there. You've done, and then this page moved to the right space. So that can save you tons of time if you can do this. So, and this is what I just said. This is what's coming up this week, that you have easy access to the context actions. As I mentioned, there is the plus sign that you just hit that button, and then you just see, can make it, and you get the new pages. So, what's that? We just made that you get additional bulk operations, that you just can bulk open or bulk edit more pages. And there are many improvements, like the new location is normally, it was on the left side in the sidebar, now it's in the top under your apps. We are support for default emojis in the page titles. We also made the auto expand of the page tree and reduced the loading time and much more. So this is coming up this week when you just get that release, and then you can use it. So just to bring all together in a short summary, we've got that space navigator where you can browse all the available content. You can intuitively use the drag and drop stuff. You can reorder pages in a single space, or you can move the pages across spaces. So this is one of the biggest advantages. You can manage your spaces you can just create it on the fly. Just you hit the button, put in a name, and it's there. You can copy, as I mentioned, as a template, for example, for project managers. You can rename or delete the spaces. And what's the same if you use Confluence and you want to set up a new home page, it's just one click away. There's a small house, and then you can say, set this page as your new home page, and then it's done. And in the end, you can manage as well your pages. As I've shown you, you can create new pages, you can copy them, or you can also copy the entire page tree. You can instantly rename the pages, you can move them across spaces, and of course, if you don't need them anymore, you can delete them as well, or if they are in the wrong space and you say you don't need it anymore. Here, this is the summary. This is what our tool can do for you if you're using Confluence. And these are the useful links. Of course, you can take it on the Atlassian Marketplace. If you got any questions, you can, of course, contact me. And as special as everybody who would like to have the app, also our customers, just write me an email with the context team22, and you will get the app for 1 year for free from us. So this is our offer as a thank you for everybody who would like to test or use the app in the daily business. So just write me an email. As I mentioned, here are my business cards, and then I will send you over a promo code, and you can use this app for free for 1 year. Here, that was my presentation from our app. Thank you very much for your attention. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Ja, bitte.
Is it possible to change the emojis in the page title from the space navigator?
Yes. Yes.
Is this plugin more focused towards the admins?
No. So everybody, if you just made the permission that everybody can use it, so just not for the admin, so also every user can use the app, for example, but you can of course set some permissions when you say the templates, as I mentioned, for templates for projects, there's just permissions for a special group who can use that, so that not anybody goes in and just, okay, but I would like to change this template from A to B, so you can just make it with permissions, but they can copy it as well.
What about moving the pages?
That's
Delete permissions for that.
Yeah.
It's a bigger pain.
If they have access to the pages, then they can move the pages.
But in general, like to move a page, you need to have delete permissions.
Yeah.
Source page. So would the plugin work around that challenge?
Therefore, I'll be honest, I have to ask this question to our developer, so I will come back to you with the right answer just after that.
That's a constant gripe with me. Like I want to give away the move permissions to users, but I have to go and then ask the space admins, hey, can you give him the delete permissions? What link then?
Normally, I think you can move the pages. You don't need a special permission for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
I have some questions. Can you use prefix or suffix functionalities?
Yes.
Like in this case, you showed up, there was copy. So the 3 pages you copied had a prefix copy. So can you change that? And
yes, it's manual. You just can, a prefix or an adfix, you just can enter whatever you would like to do. So you can rename it, or just you say, okay, if you copy these pages, because this is an advantage, because if there are if you copy the pages and they got the same name from different spaces and they got the same name, you have to change the name. Because this is random. If you just have 3 pages with the 3 same names, it just will copy one of these pages and you don't know which one. So it's most important that you just say rename the pages and then copy them.
Yeah, great, thank you. Another one is, can you put default content into the pages to have templates, not structure-wise, even content-wise?
This is what's going on next, so that you can choose different templates. If you just create new pages, you can also select a template. For example, if you got the Confluence templates or whatever, then you can choose that.
Great. There should be no limitation, I suppose? Like, you could also use macros in that case?
I think yes.
Great, cool. Another one is multiple identical page titles. It's no problem, right?
No.
Okay, cool. And I suppose, I didn't hear that, but I suppose the restriction question was already asked, right? Can you use default restriction for the templates?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.